This is our Forex blog video for June 9th, 2017. And before I go through the stats and some of the trades our signals popped up this week, I'd like to show a new feature we added to the software. It's called Camarilla Pivots. And I haven't added the functionality to this top part yet, but when you add it to the chart, you'll see these new pivot levels. And they're totally different than daily pivot levels. And basically the way to trade them is to kind of use them to, and you can frequently see them hitting these areas and bouncing. And you'll see more and more of our trade setups using these in the future. But especially if you get a sell signal near these, you'll tend to find them more accurate. And the breakouts of the S3 and R3 levels tend to be profitable, especially when they're in the direction of the trend. I'll showcase them here on the euro dollar as well, and I'll do a separate video in the future once I have a few weeks or months time to trade with them. But you can see in this case, they frequently hit and bounce off these levels, especially when you get patterns like double bottoms like this. This one right here, kind of a consolidation area. It's stalled here, and they're mostly for scalping, but you'll frequently find that our trades, when they're right at these levels, especially after a new high or new low, you're going to be more apt to get some kind of move off of them. All right, so I'm going to go through the stats. Each day I fix sometimes 20 or 30 patterns on really busy days. And so those patterns I fixed are not in the stats. And some days I add 3 to 5 new patterns, so those wouldn't be in the stats either. So keep those in mind, but you can compare. I've done the stats the same way for over 2 years. So you can see over the years there's a lot more trades that our systems are finding. Here's Fridays. There was a ton of trades. 826 pips on just Friday. 19 pip average win. The losses were only 5.7 pips. Thursday didn't do very well. There's a lot of losing trades there. 326 pips. And you can see the average win is only 11. A ton of losses. Like I said, the average loss is only 7. I'll just show the nets for the rest of the week. Here's Wednesday, 338 pips. Tuesday, 339 pips, and then Sunday, Monday, only 240 pips. So I'm going to showcase this, show you some of the trades. There's a sell up here, and remember the new feature we added a week or two ago. Any of the trade patterns that in the past were not very high winning percentage, I label all the buys and sells orange, and for the ones that are higher probability in the past, those will be red and green on your chart. So you can see all these are low probability trades except this one, which failed, and this one that worked. It's kind of if you're unsure about a trade and it's orange, then you might not take it. If you're taking too many trades, you might want to only focus on the red and green ones, and you can have, if you want, only have the red and green ones show up. Most of the new patterns I'm adding to the software are going to be orange until a few months of testing. So I think it's best to just showcase them all. You can see a huge 40 pip win there, small win here, small win, break even, small win. Lots and lots of really good trades. You can see 40 pip win here, probably 8 pip loss there, 15, 20 pip win there, another 20 pip, another 20 pip. You can see 20 pip here, 5 pip, 5, 10 pip. Unfortunately, it stopped out and it missed the rest of that move there. Let's look at some of the other pairs. Here's the dollar CAD, really big 30, 40 pip win. Small win, break even, small loss. And that's what happens most of the time. Here's one that really didn't have that many trades, but you can see about a 10 pip win, 8 pip win, 8 pip loss, short here and made about 10 or 15 pips. Previous day, made about 10 pips, made about 10 pips, made 5, lost 8. on the way up here. Unfortunately, it got short right here and lost 10. But previous to that, made about 10. And again, anytime you use any of our other tools in combination, for instance, this move right here, if you draw your fibs on there, it's pretty much near a fib target. So that red high probability pattern was probably a Fibonacci based pattern in the past, and it's worked pretty high percentage of the time, and of course it worked here as well. Anytime you use trend lines and any of our other tools, you'll find that they'll increase your odds. You can also use the new daily Camarilla pivots right here if you want. Now remember, anything above R3 tends to be a strong trend, and you're more apt to want to trade with the trend. Underneath S3, it's the opposite. But you can see earlier in the day, it found tons of support down here at S3. This buy right here, considering there was a previous swing, and it's right near one of those Camarilla pivots. Very high probability. Maybe in the future, I might have put a trade in here that looked for this. They tend to bounce off these levels a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I put it in the software. So that's it for this week's Forex blog, and I'll release a new version of the software today and do a new blog next week.